Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to E-Bible Fellowship Sunday afternoon question and answer program. During this time, we're going to open up the room to take your call, and each person is invited to share what's ever on your mind by dialing the number, which is 701-801-9989. And we'll be glad to take your call, and I'll try to respond as much as possible by turning to the Bible, which is God's holy word. Before we begin, I'd like to make some announcements that just for everyone's information. Excuse me. And that is that next week we have scheduled a Day in the Word on December 17th, and it'll begin at 10 a.m. and go until about 5 p.m., 10 to 5. It's at the Merchantville Community Center in New Jersey, and all are welcome to join us there. Again, December 17th, next week, next Sunday, 10 till 5. Also, please keep in prayer the possibility of a track trip to Hong Kong in the new year, in the year 2018. We do have 2 people scheduled to go on an advance scouting trip, really, to make sure all is well, to find a printer, hotel, to distribute tracts themselves, and just to be sure that this is something that will be permissible, that the Lord would open up this opportunity for feeding his sheep in Hong Kong. The 2 men will leave in January, early January, Lord willing, to travel there, and they'll spend about 5 days away. And then once they come back, if it's a good report, if everything goes well, we'll announce information about a trip, a larger trip, a longer trip, a few months later for Hong Kong. But it is dependent on how well this initial scouting expedition goes. Also, if you could continue to pray and keep in prayer the people of China, God's elect people, the ones that he saved, and we know that he undoubtedly saved a great many people within the nation of China. It's a tremendous nation population-wise, and so we would expect there are millions of God's elect, maybe tens of millions in that country. And the Lord has arranged for E-Bible Fellowship to broadcast into mainland China through Radio Taiwan, which is the same radio broadcaster that Family Radio partnered with to broadcast into mainland China for so many years. And we're also broadcasting on the same frequency that Family Radio used. Now we're doing it a much less on a much less scale. We're only broadcasting on Sunday evening for 1 hour. Right now, we hope to build that up in the future, and so God is able, of course, to direct people to this particular hour on Sunday, especially his sheep, in order that they hear and be fed. So that's how we should be praying, that the Lord might direct 5 or 10 or 100 of his people, or 1,000 that are in China, to listen to this particular broadcast and to tune in each week, so that they can begin to to learn some of the same things we've been learning regarding God's righteous judgment program, and to pray for 1,000 out of a land area in which there are scores of millions. Well, that is certainly not beyond God's ability to do, and so we need to continually pray for that.